Great day. According to a new study, 6 out of 10 children experience some form of bullying. We are here today to talk to you about Precision Martial Arts World Academy, located at 1706 East 79th Street, Chicago, Illinois. Master Rasul Bey, a faithful Moorish American whom served in the National Guard and now has infused his style of martial arts with a self-development program. This program is designed to teach children and young adults self-discipline, self-control, and how to build self-esteem. In 2019 and 2020, Precision Martial Arts World Academy is partnering with Moor TV to bring this message and martial arts to every city and temple. Contact us at the number below, and you can sign up for classes now if you're in Chicago. If you're not currently in Chicago, email us at the link below to learn more about our online classes. We look forward to hearing from you. As always, signing off with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
More TV, more real MCs, more love, more truth, peace to Drew Ali. We need that more TV, more real MCs, more freedom, more justice, and they know who we be. We need that more TV, more real MCs, more love, more truth, peace to Drew Ali. We need that more TV, more real MCs, more freedom, more justice, and they know who we be. A God body manifested in the flesh, I must confess it. I declare my nationality the best, you can't contest it. We paid our karma debt and now we back, and now they stressing. Moors breathing on the back of rednecks and now we flexing. Use a Roman soldier, boy, your pedigree I'm checking. I'm your mother, I brought your life, I hope you learned your lesson. 100 years from now, you gon' need your mama's blessings. I don't need no Smith.
Welcome back to the show, Team CME. I'm your host, Cynthia Martin L., here to inspire you to always read more, live more, and love more. I would like to open today's show with a quote from Noble Drew Ali. One of my favorite quotes is that Noble Drew Ali said, "The most important thing in the hands of a people is their ability to control their own press and literature." And this is what we are about here at the CME Book Review Show. I want to thank you guys again for, supporting us, for listening, for emailing us and asking and participating in everything that we do in regards to the books. And I also wanted you guys to know that in the future, we will have all of our book review authors and their books displayed. Today, I'm missing one, so I didn't want to go ahead and do that. But for those of you who have missed any of the episodes for Season 2, you'll be able to go back and look from book 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on of the books that we've already reviewed, so that you can go ahead and purchase those books for your library. Before we get into our book review segment for today, I would like to reiterate the CME book platform and what it's all about. Again, keeping in touch with what Noble Drew Ali has stated about us having our own libraries and information. I think it's important that we, sort of go back to the basics and see what this reading stuff is all about. Most people never read a book. So I guess my question to you guys is, what was the last book that you read? And some people might even think that's a, simple question. Yes, simple enough. However, being 28 years in H&R, in corporate America, which is human resources, and I say H&R versus HR because human resources is just that, you have a job. So I would ask these, the people coming in for a job, I would ask them, what was the last book you read? And they'd sit there and they would intellectualize and they think and not realizing all they had to do was just say the Bible is still a book, but they couldn't even grasp any name of a book. So that in and of itself piqued my curiosity as to why people wouldn't read and why they don't read and why they don't have books in their homes. So I sat last night and I just wrote about 5 things about what do I want to accomplish here really in, with this platform, this book review platform? Okay, so we're reviewing books, but how am I going to get you guys to read a book? Okay, so I wrote about 5 things. I said, and this is just coming out of my head, I said books makes us better communicators. Well, yes, it does, because it improves, our vocabulary, then our communication skills improve. So the more you read, the better you get at it. I said, books educates us. Okay, yeah, it quenches our thirst for knowledge. Through books, we learn how to do new things. We understand different cultures, and that's very important in today's times. And we comprehend the history of things, and that's very important as it relates to the Moorish Americans on this American continent. It also keeps our brain healthy. We always got to have a healthy brain. If you don't, well, you're not operating fully. So, did you know that when you read, your brain actually is getting exercise? Yes, it is. It's being exercised. The more you read, the more you stimulate your brain. The more you stimulate everything. Okay? And that's just my opinion. This is what I came up with this morning. So, books motivate us. Books have the power to inspire us. They motivate us. They are able to take us to faraway places if we really get involved in it. And, despite ourselves, we might learn something. So these are some of the things that I wrote about, last night. And I also thought about maybe for us to have a book review challenge or a book challenge or a library challenge instead of having an ice water challenge. And what I mean by that is I want you guys to send in a picture of a book that you currently have, books, your library, picture of your library. If you don't have a library, the books that you currently have. Send us an email saying, hey, this is the book I have, this is the book I'm reading. And then we can all come together, and I'll put them up here on the screen here. We can start looking at books, and we can start saying, hey, I read this book because, you guys should get this book, share books. The possibilities are just totally endless. So this is what my legacy will be. I want to leave my thousands of books. I want to inspire you guys to read. I want to inspire you guys to write. I want to inspire you guys to develop and come together with newspapers, magazines. It's endless. All the possibilities are endless, but we have got to get it together so that we can read and teach our children to read, to love to read. So my mother would always say that a home without a library is a home without a soul. So we don't want our homes to be soulless, now do we? No, we do not. So with that being said, I just want to thank you guys again for your support and your love. You guys are really, really, really supportive. And I just want to say that in the sincerest of the ways, because again, we're not a debate show. We're not here to debate about anyone with any ideologies. We're neutral on that, because again, if everybody had it the right way, everybody would be doing it the right way. Okay? Everybody has a little bit of piece of the puzzle. So until we become intelligent enough for us all to come together as a nation of people like the prophet wanted us to do, well then we're going to have that, but it's not here on this show. So I just wanted to make that very clear. So with that, I'm not going to talk you guys to death, but we have an awesome author coming up. I think he's stationed out of North Carolina. He's with the Miracle Society, and he will be talking about his 2 books today. One is called Moor is a Race and Moor is a Nationality. And you guys can scoop those up as soon as we're done with the show today. We'll have the information at the link below where you can do that. So again, support our people and their efforts in their writing of the information and the literature, that's going to help us move.
More real MCs, more love, more truth, peace to Drew Ali. We need that more.
Let me ask you a question. How do you think you're black?
Black means death, black means dark. Is that why people have a black heart? Hating each other, killing each other. Black father gone, single black mother. Little black boy, little black girl.
Welcome everyone back to the CME Show and our book review segment. Before we bring on our special author and guest for today, I would like to give you a little bit of information about him. Elamir El Muhadid, born August 14, 1981, an American Moor, entrepreneur, and intellectual. He is a co-founder of the Miracush Society, Inc., a historical society. The society was founded in 2007 to collect, house, store, analyze, and critique data, artifacts, documents, and other relics pertaining to Moors for the celebration, preservation, and perpetuation of the Moorish legacy, history, heritage, and culture. Elamir graduated from Willingboro High School, New Jersey in 1999. He attended CHI Institute for Criminal Justice in 2001 through 2002. Elamir is one of the Moors starring in the social media video, Moors in Court. Elamir is also a father and author of many literary works published by the Miracush Society. He is also a blogger for the society, and you guys can find their website at link below. And also he's with the Moorish Harem LLC, also website and link below. So before we bring him on again, I would like to also let you know that today we will be reviewing two of his books. One is called Moor is a Nationality, and the next one is Moor is a Race. And there's two because I think they go together. So we'll be asking him various questions in just a moment. Once our team bring him on the phone, we'll be doing a live phone interview with him in just 2 seconds. So I just wanted to show you guys the books. After we review those, then you guys know what to do. Go and purchase. So let's see if we can get him on the line. Elamir, are you on the line?
Peace, yes, greetings.
Oh,
I'm on.
all right. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate you reaching out to us and being a part of the book review family. The way that we're going to do this interview today, I will be asking you several questions as it pertains to your books. And so, just please provide me with the answers to these questions if you can. If you're ready, we can get started.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Well, question number one. When did you first realize you wanted to be a writer?
I would say probably about 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, probably about 2000. I had a lot of experience with brief writing, and my partner Cheyenne, he had written a few books and suggested that I start writing as well. So I took his advice.
Okay, so that sort of answers my second question then, because my second question was going to be, what was your inspiration for writing your book? So I guess that was sort of it, right?
Yeah.
And when you write, how long does it take you to write? Do you have to be in that frame of mind, or you just sit down and you just know what you're going to do, or is it particular information that you want to write about?
Yeah, well, it really depends on what the subject matter is. If it's a particular subject matter that I already have a lot of data built up in terms of references, then it really doesn't take me, too long to put something together like the ones we're discussing, Moor is a Nationality, Moor is a Race. Some of the details in there was compiled, after years of collecting information on the subject. So it really didn't take long to put those together.
Well, great. Well, that sort of takes me into my next question. Can you explain to us simply the title, Moor is Nationality? Because before you answer that, a lot of people like to know about nationality and they think it's a weird word and they get, all woo about it. So can you explain to us what nationality is?
Well, the terms race and nationality, as far as the political and legal community, are actually synonyms. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of discussion, amongst laymen about the terms, what I wanted to do with these two materials was give the detailed basis on why the term Moor falls up under both categories.
Gotcha.
And highlight the fact that both of those categories are considered what's called protected classes, within civil rights law. So, protected classes are groups that may bring claims for relief, restitution, or reparations.
Great. Well, I know when you sent me the books, I read them all in like one day. I was really impressed. They're pamphlets, but they're very, very succinct. I'm showing them right now to the audience, and they're very well written, as a matter of fact. I love that. Are you self-published? Do you self-publish your books, or you send them out, or what do you do with that?
Yeah, we're self-published.
Okay, that's even better, because like I always told my audience is that my favorite quote is that Noble Drew Ali always told us the best thing in the hands of a people is to be able to control their own press. And moving on, what is the most important takeaway from your books that you want the audience to take from these two subject matters, nationality and race? What is the most important thing that you think we should take away from that?
Again, it's really boiling down to the protected class aspect, because once we, in terms of a group, have a more clearer understanding of these terms and, where they fit and how they apply in society, then we'll really start appreciating the value of a term like Moor.
Exactly. Yes.
And any other kind of heritage-based term, but this one in particular is a very, very, very special quality within the social and cultural history, going back at least the last 1,000 years.
Yeah, and I think that's important as a culture that we start learning our true history. It's very important. When it's all said and done, El Amir, with you, and you have finished your work on this earth plane, what type of legacy do you want to leave?
Well, we want to leave a legacy that's more associated with the glory of this Moorish history that we are honored and appreciative of being able to inherit.
Perfect. And I noticed in your bio you said you were a blogger. And since, I'm not too familiar with blogging because I don't blog, but I read a lot of your blogs, and I was just wondering, how did you get into that?
Just by sheer necessity of needing to bring certain points pertaining to discussions that, again, are among the laymen within the community. There's a lot of historical facts that answer many of the questions that people have. They're just not familiar with the historical facts. So we utilize the blogging to, kind of bring those facts to a lot of the people that's active on social media.
And this is just right off the top of my head because this is something I was thinking about. I didn't write this particular question down, but knowing, and I do have your books. Matter of fact, I have one sitting right here that I purchased years ago. But in speaking with various people, I would say, let's just put it that way, how do you feel that you can really get this information to the people and that they will start to embrace it?
I think it's really coming down to, something that Noble Drew Ali said, where it regarded to change the people, you need to change the literature.
Yes, that's my favorite too.
Yeah, and that, that every day is something of realization. Based on what we're taking in terms of information is going to play a big role on our character in society or in general.
Exactly.
So this type of information is something that's really missing from the community's character building abilities generally.
Great. And another thing that I was thinking about, and again, I didn't write this down as a question, but in your bio, you said that, You analyze, critique data, artifacts, documents. Now, the artifacts one caught my attention because as of late, I don't know if you heard on the news, but there's a lot of artifacts that was founded in some man's home. I forget the exact state, but hundreds and hundreds of our artifacts were found in his home. And it's like, do you guys have any artifacts, or do you just study artifacts? What is it? I mean, because everybody has our artifacts but us. I was just wondering, do you all have actual physical artifacts?
Well, not as of yet. That's more in terms of museum visits.
Okay.
Institutions like that. That's that. I caught that article.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, he had about 2,000 bones.
Yeah, I mean, where did they come from? I mean, these were bones of dead people. I mean, all in his home.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
So, that's actually what the business purpose of the Historical Society is seeking to branch into, is more so on that development in terms of the museum aspect and being able to house items like that, and do some real research on them.
So your future plans would be then, if I'm understanding you correctly, would be to have a physical building for these items to be housed in. Am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that would be awesome. And that sort of was my dream in doing the books, because I have thousands of books, and my legacy is to be able to leave these books to our people, but we need a library of our own that we can, people can go to and find the books and the history and the truth about our culture that we need to see. So that's why I'm really impressed with you. Like I said, I've never met you guys, but I've always followed you for years now. And I was so excited when you reached out and wanted to be on the show. So I really thank you for that today. And I really thank you for your time. I didn't, want to hog your time, but I was so excited to talk to you today.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Much honors and love to the family for having me on. Anytime, it was my pleasure.
More real